Hey, what's going on? This is Descent into Horror Hell. I'm your man, Ghoul.
The Skid Gore, what's going on, guys? It's been a while. Good to see you again, man.
We're going to do a half-ass reviews from you. If you guys know us, we're not reviewers, but we're going to throw some films at you real quick.
Half-ass style.
The way we know how.
Cool, take it away. Cheers.
Step this way, lovers of the loathsome, as I lead you into my cave of lurking shadows and demonic dabblings. Gather round the cauldron while I boil up a beastly brew I call. In the mind's eye, my thoughts launch fires in the cities. Shadows and red embrace the same.
Shit. It itched my ear. Leave me alone, alright?
We're gonna start it. Yes.
What's going on, boys and ghouls? Welcome back. We are going to do a half-ass reviews for you like we promised. My first film is, if I can pronounce this correctly,
Go for it, Ghoul.
Thanatomorphose. And if I'm a southern man, Southernmorphose.
Unearthed Films, goddammit.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
This movie is... It's a slow burn, let's put it that way. By that we mean it's a movie that starts really slow, but this one kind of continues. But I think it's one of those movies that you just continuously want to watch because what is it, Caroline? Oh shit, I forgot her name.
Oh, the main character?
Yeah.
I forget offhand, but she's.
I think it's
the main
Caroline
character.
or Carolyn or something like that.
This is why it's half-ass reviews, so we don't do anything.
But she basically just wakes up one day with her kind of abusive boyfriend, I guess, in a way. Starts finding these
That
bruises.
dude's a dick.
No, he's a prick.
He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, but she wakes up with these like bruises and stuff, and she's got this one friend who really wants to be with her. And knows that like she's being treated bad, and he kind of feels bad. But she wakes up with these bruises, and he starts to think it's him. And then there's this whole story where she lives in this apartment. And she's got these friends. Everything's really great, but she slowly but surely just descends into this like
Poor hell.
yeah, because she starts deteriorating. And it's basically rigor mortis.
Literally rigor mortis.
That dead people feel on the inside, she's basically exhuming from the outside. And the effects are amazing. David Scherer, Rami Couture do the effects on this, and it's all practical effects. And once you see this like deterioration really kick in, the end of this film, when you talk about slow burns and some people don't want to watch them, this film is worth it. Because when you get to the end, the melting literally off the skeleton.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give too much away, but oh my fuck, it's like, it's so brutal.
Yeah.
And you really do feel bad for her because she's a very good looking girl. And
yeah. And she's likable.
Yeah, she never
She's got
did
a good
anything
character.
bad.
Yeah.
She never did anything bad, but it was just for some reason she starts dying. And the one thing I like is that you don't know why. There's no rhyme or reason for it. It just
none of her friends even know.
No,
I don't think.
It's just. But the saddest part is when her fingers start falling off. She's doing a sculpture, and this guy that had this affliction for her earlier on in the film. She calls him to come over, and she's just. I mean, black and rotting and everything smells terrible.
Yeah.
And he comes over, and she comes out, bandages wrapped around, but you can tell. And he wants nothing to do with her, like, and I feel so bad for her because it's like all she wanted was like.
It's a character study.
Love.
You actually really feel sorry for the character who's
Yeah.
literally melting in front of your eyes because she's a good gal, you know, she's a good person, and you know that scene where she's trying to entertain her friends, but they have no clue what the hell's going on,
Mm-hmm.
and it's obvious because no one Well, she doesn't say anything, so how the hell is anyone supposed to know anyway?
I don't even think at that point she knew what was going on.
Yeah,
she was just,
exactly. Like she just deteriorating over.
But she didn't know why.
Over again, man.
And it's a sad
heartbreaking.
story. It's a sad story for sure.
Yeah. Done so well.
And it is, and the effects and stuff. It's kind of one of those.
Man.
It's a slow burn, but I'll tell you right now, definitely hold out, watch Thanatomorphose. If I fuck that up, I'm sorry.
Thanatomorphose.
Definitely check that one out, guys. Unearthed Films. Cheers.
How I heard of this film was through Housecore Horror Film Festival. Philip H. and Somo played it at one of his festivals. I forget what year. It must have been one of the first years, I imagine.
2016?
Yeah, that was one of the first ones. I think that was the first one, actually. Because Bouquet and Guts and Gore was on it, I believe, too. I don't know if I'm wrong.
And this is directed by a film directed by Eric Folleredu?
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Anyway, they played this at the Housecore Horror Film Festival, and it won many awards, and rightfully so. The gore is amazing. Like you said, like it's a slow burn, but if you stick around till the end, it really pays off, and it's a good character study. Unearthed Films, Stephen Byro put out an amazing product. Absolutely,
sure.
release
as they always do.
Yes, and I think it's definitely one. I think we talked about it a couple times in one of our previous shows, but I think it's one film that people should really take right of. It's really a good film. Thanatomorphose.
Descend to Horror Hell says so. God damn it.
Absolutely.
Alright, what do you got, Skidgore?
Oh man, a Canadian classic here. Rutger Hauer, rest in peace.
Yep.
Hobo with a Shotgun. Everybody should know this movie. Ricky's in it, man.
From Trailer Park Boys, yeah.
His fucking head taken off in a fucking manhole.
Yeah, as the nephew.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
It really is. It's definitely it's really interesting when you watch the making of this film. When you watch the second disc, if you get this version, the making of it, what they went through. This film was directed by Jason Eisner, and he did a great, phenomenal job. He had a vision for a grindhouse trailer, which is how this morphed, basically. Because when Grindhouse, Death Proof, and Planet Terror came out, they had, I believe, like some kind of competition for horror trailers, 70s style Grindhouse. And this guy took the cake, man. Hobo with the Shotgun. It was his idea.
Trailer.
Jason Eisner. Yeah, the trailer just sold it, and they said they want this, and rightfully so. I'm so glad they did it. It's Canadian production. And just definitely knocked it out of the park with this. Rutger Hauer was definitely not the first choice for the Hobo, which I'm glad they did. I'm sure as all you are as well. But
he always looked the same.
He did a great job in the role, and you really feel a lot of sympathy towards his character. I said in the past, all he wanted was a lawnmower.
You know, want to start his own business.
Want to start his own business, and definitely got caught up in a. He came off the rails, man. He literally came off the rails. Came off of a train, looking for a new life, looking for a new town, and this town just totally went to shit. All the crime, the drug lords, prostitution, you name it, man. Like underage prostitution too, which is disgusting.
That was actually one of the scenes that was really fucked in that movie. When you see, okay, there's two of them.
There's many.
Real quick, but that's that young girl that he's talking to. He's like, go home to your parents or whatever. And you get the pimp, and this girl looks no.
Go make up some more motherfucking money for me, bitch.
Yeah, and it's so fucked up. But that, and then the Santa Claus driving that car.
The Santa Claus,
that young kid in the back.
The Santa Claus pedophile.
That was fucked up.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
Pedophiles should all be shot with a fucking shotgun.
This movie really took Grindhouse to the extreme because it took a lot of all the deep, dark things that happen in.
And one thing I'll say, Ghoul, is a lot of the subject matter too was very, very taboo. You know,
oh yeah.
I mean,
for sure.
And bless him, man. Jason Eisner had the balls to actually torch a school bus full of kids.
Yep.
Nowadays, you could never get away with that shit now.
No, what's his, one of the guys in one of the sons comes on with the boombox. He's like, do you feel what I feel?
Yeah, yeah.
And
He's just being all demonic and shit, and it just totally works for their characters. And Rutger Hauer's having none of it, man.
But we love that it's a vigilante type film where you know, Rutger Hauer's character comes out and says, you know what, fuck it. And he just goes and takes
He wants to
justice
clean up the streets.
Yep.
He's like an older version of Charles Bronson. You know, he just basically just gets tired of all the filth, all the shit that he's projected to every single fucking day, and all the way the hobos are treated, all the homeless are treated, which is a very true fucking subject as well, especially today. And the crime lord just needs to be taken down, and the police aren't doing anything. They're fucking crooked.
Well, they're
as
part
shit.
of it.
They're part of
that,
it. Yeah,
man.
they're absolutely part of it. And when
he
you
takes
watch
it to him, man.
when you watch it, like, you totally realize that all the cops are crooked, and the only thing to save the day is a hobo with a shotgun.
And
with
it's
a
the
love
best
for
thing,
bears.
but he's also got that prostitute that he saves.
Absolutely,
And,
yes.
you know, they kind of develop this friendship and stuff.
And she's more than just a prostitute. She's a human being, and he realizes that.
Yep.
And I think that's really what solidifies the film, rather than just being a grindhouse, crazy fucking movie. Like, there's actually a lot of heart in this movie.
There is.
There's a lot of heart in this movie, and you really feel for Rutger Hauer's character, and I forget the name of the chick, the prostitute.
I don't even know.
Molly, I think, Dunsworth, I believe. But she's a really great actress, and she has a love for bears, and that scene alone, just where she gives Rutger the sweatshirt in the bed with the bears, and that's just a really cool. It's not intimate by any means. It's not like he's after sex. He's just after
a friend.
A friend. Just, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that, and it doesn't come off as sex anything. It's just basically just his journey into trying to find somebody in this shit town that is actually worthwhile, that's not trashed, that's not been corrupted by, I don't even know if it's say society, because these people were just like this. You know, we don't have any backstory on how these people became drug lords and sons of drug lords. Obviously, the sons say that their father was a terrible father, and I totally believe that, because this guy is just sending his sons off to do these dastardly, horrible fucking things, but then they're getting a kick out of it to please him. So I don't know who's the right and who's the wrong. But Rutger Hauer, man, he fucking settles it all.
Well,
and rest in peace, we miss him very much. I loved him in Hitcher.
The Hitcher.
Well.
The Hitcher.
The Hitcher, yes. Hobo with a shotgun.
And Thanatomorphose.
Ghoul
said that right.
I don't know if Ghoul said it right, but Thanatomorphose, yes.
Love these guys. As we are, Descent into Horror Hell's going to be coming back with a full-length episode, so you guys stay tuned. Cheers. We're going to release this, well, actually pretty much.
Pretty goddamn soon, man.
Cheers. Love you guys.